Well, we're ready for my next featured guest now, and it's good to have her on. I'm going to welcome onto the show Alana Joanne. Welcome to the unique show, Alana Joanne.
Thanks for having me, Danny.
It's wonderful to have you on. And where are you calling from on the studio hotline today?
I am located in Melbourne, Australia.
Very nice. And Alana Joanne, you're a musician, and you have a new single out. What's the new single called, please?
It's called Dear Depression.
Okay, and this week we are kind of throwing the focus on world mental health around the world, trying to create awareness about mental health. Still seems to be more work needed to raise awareness. How has your experience been in kind of mental health?
I definitely think that there's still a stigma that surrounds it, which is a shame. Being 2020, you'd think that we'd be on top of a lot of things, but unfortunately, we're not. My experience isn't really directly with myself, but more with most of the loved ones that
Hmm.
I've been around in my life. So that's sort of what the song is about. It's more addressing being the loved one of someone who suffers mental illness
Hmm.
because, it affects both sides in different ways. So I just wanted to address that.
Agreed. And so, Dear Depression kind of tells a story of that. What you're saying there with mental health. It's not, although that person is suffering, it has a domino effect, doesn't it? With friends and family.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely does. And I think that when we discuss mental health in many different ways, um, the least common way that we do express it is from the perspective of loved ones.
Hmm.
Because, those that suffer, it's an illness, it's not necessarily their fault. And the song is sort of more like a letter or journal entry of mine. If I was to write a letter to depression
Hmm.
itself and tell it what I thought, that's sort of in the way that the song
Sure.
is expressing.
So we're going to play that in a few moments' time. Just a couple of questions I wanted to ask from I suppose from a young lady really living up in this fast world. What do you think of modern technology? Where people on their phones, can that create more anxiety in that person?
I think yes.
Mm.
I think it's actually been proven through a lot of research that social media and technology and the standard that it's at today is definitely affecting, especially young people. I actually recently just watched a documentary that gave some very eye-opening statistics about the um, the number of suicides in young teens in America
Mm.
and the difference in the last 10 years and how high those numbers have gone. So I
Mm.
definitely do think that technology plays a massive part in the state of the mental health of young
Sure.
people today.
And suicide, you don't really hear it in the media. It still needs to be addressed.
Yeah,
And
that's definitely correct.
yeah, and with fast-paced modern technology as well, it's not the best kind of appliance to help you get to sleep at night as well. Another area people suffering from insomnia and lack of sleep.
Yeah, definitely. I think that social media, regardless of which application you're using is quite addictive.
Mm.
So, we can sometimes spend minutes, hours on our phone
Mm.
and not even realize that we've actually spent that much time
Mm.
on our phone.
Mm.
It doesn't really relax us. It kind of stimulates us. So, the fact that it's hard to get to sleep
Yeah,
at night if you spend a lot of time on your phone makes a lot of sense, I
yeah,
think.
I agree. And what is the appeal of the younger generation needing to be acknowledged all the time?
I think that's just the culture of which the younger people have grown
Mm.
up, I guess.
Mm.
I think that the way the way that we parent these days is a lot different to how it used to be. The way we are educated is different. Media and television and all that sort of stuff is just so different. From probably the year 2000 onwards, I
Mm.
think very different to what the 70s, 80s, and 90s were like.
Sure. It's like the society's been kind of revolutionized, isn't it?
Yeah, I
Mm.
think technology is at the forefront
Yeah.
of everything, and I think that's just so different to how previous generations grew up. I mean, technology was always around and always affected lives, but not at the capacity of what it is now. I mean, smartphones has revolutionized the way we communicate, the way we think, the way we feel about most things in the world. So,
yeah. I'm on the telephone line to Australia now, and back 20 years ago, that would charge me like £2 a minute to talk to you. So it's great. Like on that basis, technology, we can communicate with loved ones. But I suppose there's a other flip side of the coin where it kind of has its downfalls as well.
yeah, absolutely. I think it's the same as anything. There's
Yes.
always pros and always
Yeah.
cons, and I think that if when those cons are such a negative, I think that's definitely a situation that can be changed and can be fixed and worked upon and addressed. And I think that we are trying as a society. I think we are doing better. We just have to keep doing
Yeah.
it until we actually start to make a difference
Of
and not
course.
kind of get discouraged.
Yeah. And thanks for talking about your kind of experiences with mental health. I'm just going to move on now and just chat about your music now. Who's kind of
No.
influenced you with your music, your idols, and
Oh, there's so many influences, but I guess the key ones that I think have been extremely important for me is Lady Gaga
uh-huh.
for many different reasons. I think visually as an artist, she just blows my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I think sonically and musically as an artist, she really connects to me through her sound,
Mm.
through her lyrics,
Mm.
and her ability to tell a story,
Mm-hmm.
both sonically and visually. And I think that as a person, the values that she has and the things that she wants to change in the world is just truly inspiring. And, she's someone to kind of mold
Mm.
oneself from, I think. Um, Evanescence, the band, have played a
Mm.
major
Mm.
part in my vocals in my life, I would say. And yeah, those are the two main ones I think for most of my life. I could say really.
Good choices. Lady Gaga went on to be kind of like incredible actress as well in The Star Is
Yeah,
Born.
she's
Amazing.
she's truly
Yeah.
amazing.
And
She just her work ethic
yeah.
is just brilliant.
And am I right in I sense a little bit of Kesha, the kind of US
Yes.
vocalist in your style as well?
Yeah, definitely. I would say probably not so much
Mm-hmm.
recent Kesha, but
Mm.
definitely early
Yeah.
Kesha, her first couple of albums. It's more of a gritty kind of dirtier pop
Mm.
sound,
Mm.
which is what I'm really
Yeah.
sort of drawn to.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of artists out there that are really using that sound. So, yeah, my taste is very varied sometimes.
Good stuff. And I just want to ask you now, would you like to introduce your new track on to the show? We're going to play now.
Thank you so much. Okay, so this is Alana Joanne, and you're about to listen to my latest single, Dear Depression, on the Unique Show in the UK.
Great to have you on. Thank you.
Thanks, Danny.